Hey Scandal Squad, welcome back to the channel, Celebrity Scandalous. We need to get into the latest news about KK. You remember she was Diddy's right-hand woman, Kristina Khorram. That's Diddy's chief of staff. We're about to get into the drama, but before we do, y'all please hit that like button. Now let's get into the mess. Okay, so let's do a quick recap of who Kristina Khorram is and why she was such a key figure in the Diddy case. Kristina Khorram was named his chief of staff. She had been with Diddy for, I think, over a decade plus some years. She was named in multiple civil lawsuits. She was named as a defendant in at least 3 lawsuits filed against Diddy, accusing her of aiding and abetting the sexual assaults. She was accused of helping with the rugs and other illicit activities. So she had a big hand, they're saying, in Diddy's enterprise. Also, what we know is that during the prosecutor's statements, the prosecutors in the criminal trial, they referred to Khorram as a co-conspirator, an agent of Combs, highlighting her role in facilitating illegal activities, setting up the hotel night, and arranging rug transportation. So Kristina had, or allegedly had, a huge hand in the Diddy enterprise, and she was considered like, you know, a co-conspirator, because everybody was like, well, you know, if this is a RICO case, why isn't there a co-conspirator? Why isn't there a co-defendant? Well, Kristina Khorram would have been that person, but she never testified against Diddy. She never was a witness or anything, right? But we do know that she was named in these lawsuits. So now what we're hearing, since Diddy has beat a couple of those charges, the RICO and the trafficking, now, you know, it's down to all of these other civil cases. Of course, he's awaiting his sentencing October 3rd. Now we're hearing that some of these cases that Kristina Khorram was named in, they're being dropped. We got to get into this article that just came out, and this is on Hot New Hip Hop, okay? So it says 6 plaintiffs were dropped out of the lawsuit against Diddy's former assistant, again, Kristina Khorram. So they're saying Diddy's former assistant, Kristina Khorram, took a legal win in New York after 6 of the 7 plaintiffs in a lawsuit dropped their claims. That's huge, because usually when you have something like this, because she was named with Diddy, if she's having a legal win, just like when in the cases against Diddy and Jay-Z, this will also probably impact the civil suits if Diddy was named as well. We might see more dismissals against him as well. Diddy's ex-assistant, Kristina Khorram, came away with a major legal win in New York after 6 of the 7 plaintiffs dropped their claims against her in a sweeping sexual abuse lawsuit tied to her former boss, Diddy. Latasha Forbes, Billy Cummings, Ian Fearon, Ahmad Jenkins, LaQuay Applewright, and Jane Doe all voluntarily withdrew their allegations against the disgraced music mogul. But why? We want to know why. The move followed Khorram's legal team submitting evidence that she did not begin working for Diddy until 2013, well after most of the alleged incidents reportedly occurred. Based on the timeline, she would have been younger than 10 years old in some of the old reported instances. Now this is crazy, because if these people have put her at the crime scenes, I'm gonna call it a crime scene, put her at the incidents, then that could also mean that their allegations are just gonna fall apart, because if you lied about one thing, or if this one element of the case is not true, that will impact other parts of the case. So this is huge, you guys. This is crazy. In the original lawsuit, Forbes alleged she was 17 in 1994 when Diddy rugged and raped her at Bad Boy's Manhattan office. Cummings said she was between 14 and 15 in 1995 when someone assaulted her during a video shoot for the Notorious B.I.G. Fearon claimed he was forced into X acts inside Diddy's New York residence in 2003. Applewhite accused Diddy of groping and assaulting her at his Miami property in 2004. Jenkins said he was attacked at a Florida launch party for Bad Boys in the mid-2000s. Jane Doe alleged Diddy rugged and raped her during a 2010 audition for Making the Band. The plaintiffs named Khorram in the lawsuit for allegedly helping cover up Diddy's misconduct. The complaint also targeted Sony, Universal, and Warner Music, claiming the labels ignored red flags and enabled him. Khorram vehemently denied the claims made against her, and now we know why. Because at the time, she didn't even work for him. That's what they're saying. In a statement, she said the allegations of her involvement caused irreparable and incalculable damage to her reputation, I'm sure. Because we was dragging her all up and down social media. The idea that I could be accused of playing a role in or even being a bystander to the rape of anyone is beyond upsetting, disturbing, and unthinkable, she said at the time. With 6 plaintiffs now out, only Fallon Matthews' allegations remain. She claimed Diddy assaulted her in Illinois in 2014 after a night of heavy drinking. Khorram's lawyers have filed a motion to dismiss Matthews' complaint, arguing that the law cited doesn't apply retroactively. Moreover, they argued that the case falls outside of the statute of limitations and don't cover incidents beyond New York. They also say the filing fails to meet the legal threshold for an ex-trafficking claim. If the court grants the motion, Khorram will be entirely removed from the case. Elsewhere, Diddy is attempting to find additional success in the legal world. His team recently confirmed that they reached out to President Trump about a potential pardon. In May, Trump himself suggested that it would be a possibility, saying that he'd have to take a look at the facts first. More recently, though, he's been less open to the idea. He said that Diddy was very hostile towards him during his first presidential run. So in that regard, I think that if Diddy comes forward, I'm just thinking that if he says, the political game, Trump, I have to say that. I have people behind me, but I will come forward publicly and denounce my old statement saying that you have been such a wonderful president. I'm just saying what I think Diddy gonna say, y'all. Do you think he wouldn't endorse him just to get out of jail and be spending 10 years in jail? Of course he would. Damn near anybody would. I mean, half the people that are talking about this case want to see him locked up anyway, so he don't give a damn what y'all think. And the other of us think that, give the man a fair sentence. Just give him a fair shot, I'm not vehemently against Diddy like some people are, so I'm just going to say I would definitely go for a pardon and would say whatever the he needed me to say to get out of serving 10 to 20 years in prison. Sure would, and wouldn't give a damn what nobody thought about it. But anyway, y'all jump in the comments and let me know your thoughts, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.